Aquarius, what's good? I'm your Mile High Priest chilling up here it is Tuesday, Mars's Day. We are at the close end of the Mars hour. I'm so sorry about all the noises. It is Mars's Day, noise and especially traffic noise and shouting, yelling are all aggressive Marsian Mars tactics. I do love the symbology of black dogs associated with Mars, but I think that another planet also, Mercury is also dogs. I think just dogs in general, but more so the relationship. Why am I telling you this? Whereas Mars is like aggressive or in black, right? Aquarius, what's good? Take only what resonates. This is your horoscope and reading for the new moon solar eclipse in Aries that is about to meet in 72 hours from this reading. The energy is really intense. And I did do a pre-shuffle with the Wild Unknown and the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit and Taro, as well as the Thoth Tarot deck, which is super alchemical. I thought it was I thought it would gear up. I thought it was geared. It is geared especially for these times. These are scorpionic times, with the adage of the let's go. So not too fast, Aquarius. Thank you very much once again for being here. If you don't mind, please support me along the way. Hit like if the message resonates with you. Hit the thumbs up if you want to support me in general, and share this with other Aquarians or Aquarian placements. And also check out the collective readings. I've been yapping. My wizard takes over. My shaman is tired. I'm here for you, Aquarius, and it looks like you're gung. I don't know if that's even a good term. You're like ready to go. Did we talk about like a new situation? Anyway, Pluto, a little bit trying to catch you up. Okay, so it that's part of the theme here, is not so fast. Okay, where am I at? Not so fast. Because that can be an obsessive, running with obsessive tendencies and thoughts. Wow, we do have the devil. There's a glimmer of spiritual wisdom to be enticed by, and so go for it. Work with what you have now, even if it is a little. It is teaching you about what you do not want, what is not right for you, what is of old value and no longer a sustenance or nutritious sort of. Oh my God, yes, I was getting a lot of food vibes from you. Mars is in Cancer. If you're Aquarius rising, it's in your sixth house. Okay. But I always blend it in between there because the angles are, holy wow. It's like you're right at that angular state. So yeah, between fifth and sixth house for most of you, Aquarius rising. Thank you for being here. I honor you. I honor our energetic exchange. I've asked that our spiritual guides of the most brilliant, brightest light bless this reading and this horoscope. And I ask that we connect via our most brilliant, wisest, ancient and new guides, and help me, protect me to divinely interpret these cosmic, interstellar, galactic messages for you, for your exponential evolution through many spaces and times. Y'all, I'm such a dweebus. I'm a dingleberry. I'm so sorry. That's a good old Southwestern term, I think. Wow, the sun is in near begging you to say something, okay? Begging you to culminate your words, your mission statement, because your work has changed. Perhaps if you were not of spiritual contentment, now you're really geared up for spiritual value. So your value altogether as an Aquarius, you are, it is rising if you are tending to your purpose. And even if you are not on a path to this life purpose, as I feel, as long as you are invested in taking care of you as a spiritual body that is also connected to your vessel. We talk a lot about the vessel. We talk a lot about alchemy. That's really all Aquarius right now. And it's interesting that you have similar cards to most of the readings that I even did like 5 days ago, maybe. Yeah, I don't even know. It's kind of intense. But your fighter spirit is there. So it's like about not using, okay, so I don't know how to phrase this. So be careful of your the language that you use and how it is used, because you are manifesting in the moment. You are like your word is your wand right now, and so you must be careful to think calmly, I suppose. Think things through. This is so general, but for you, Aquarius, it's general for a retrograde period, but for you, it's just like very general for the month of April, right? As this lunation signals the 28-day cycle. So this horoscope is intended for that initial week on to probably the end of April. Be very careful of how let's think more about yourself, like how you pertain to yourself in your thoughts and your speech, how you talk about yourself. Perhaps it may be difficult to dissolve the thread between your old self and your new self, and we don't want to lose the old self, but you must understand that it won't leave you if you apply the spiritual value, which is wisdom in motion. Is that spirituality? I don't know. For the time being, can we say that? Aquarius, what's good? We are smart, aren't we? Yes, you are. So we'll get there. Some of you are way ahead of the time, especially if you are a like higher degree Aquarius rising. You've likely declared a relationship. Let's say if you're near a 22 degree Aquarius ascendant, 20 degrees, 25 degrees through 25 degrees, you may have your relationship might have stepped it up a notch, or you declared a level up. So marriage in the books, or just a solidifying of a relationship. You should be careful not to stay too much to the old path, meaning allow work to change for you. I know that's a tough call at this moment, but it's you and Pisces and Aries are the leaders. Capricorn too. You guys are like ready for the new agenda, new systems, new way of thinking, new lifestyles that aren't like based on the, California edition of Global Pursuit. Anyway, I'm so sorry. I'm so animated today. Let's see. Do you have fire in you, like Sagittarius? And so this very spiritual of you, bringing back the faith. Thank you so much. I'll stop there. You could want to, I'll say one more thing. You could maybe want to yell at people at work or at exes. Maybe they're still spying on you and they're like, oh, Aquarius has a new partner, a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, a new relationship friend. So careful with that. maybe leave that where it belongs, right? Pluto's okay with that. Yeah, have faith that you don't have to fight to help these people. That's not part of you will understand this, I believe. Leave them behind. Okay, you got this. Thank you very much. We are gonna talk about ourselves differently, Aquarius, like as an elevated, not supernatural, natural, very natural of you to walk with intelligence, emotional intelligence, and a keen, intelligent wit about you to sustain not only conversations but draw the line accordingly, like a Queen of Swords, fairly, justly, few words, right? We don't. Sometimes we don't even need to talk, eh? Okay, Aquarius. Wow, I really went on there for a moment. You have Two of Pentacles and the Camel. There's still something you have to finish, so keep your how much fun you're having and your responsibilities in check. So generic. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and take what does, right? Aquarius, leave what doesn't. You're ready to burst out onto the scene. This is my burst out onto the scene card, but there's something you're hesitant to say. So maybe it is the declaration to yourself, like a journal thing, or just like a journey. So I've been, I'm not a doctor, right? But I highly recommend cathartic releases. I'm not even like doing this for myself, but cathartic, does it have to involve medicine or plant medicine or chemicals? I don't know. Maybe now it involves sitting with pain to allow it to move, to allow it to our bodies to process and move it out. Because there's a lot of wisdom that is first declared after you commence this action, right? Or commence and then graduate, which is an initiation point. So maybe the Pisces video is recommended for you. But so once again, it's very spiritual, and it's for your work, for an expansion of your self-love, and no longer abiding by the father or the mother. Definitely not saying that you are denying your family, but you are not denying yourself is what I mean. And so be careful with that, right? There's a lot of responsibility that comes in, like when we're older, but we want a youthful like type of mood or vibe or celebration, something like that, because this is very aligned with work or mental, the way you move mentally. And you may be even asked to like the Queen of Swords, like make a quick, swift, but just a very impactful, very powerful decision. And it may be just culminating the words into like, I'm not going to deal with this bullshit. Okay. Because there is, and the reason to be careful is likely because maybe even you want to rush through it. Like, okay, so what I get is like there's a feeling or a mood that you want to rush into a new job, a new relationship, or the bonds that are strengthening for you. It's like they're coming for you, and you may, if you run too fast, if you take over controlling how it'll come together, it's like if you can believe, and we were talking about the faith, believing and knowing that this is for good, for your money, and knowing that your fears are still rather confining, or if you go back and tend to those work relationships that, like, go tell someone off in any way you see it. I wouldn't be able to see it. It just, for me, it just means with the devil card, it's like you go back and talk mess to someone, or you go back and you tell someone, like, look what I did. You didn't think I could do this, right? Not so fast, because you have a lot of work to do to move towards this path, or you know that if you are already there and you've built a foundation, a structure that you're working to build on top of or from, right? To, like, since if you have established that foundation and you're working on it, that may be exhausting for you. And so you don't want to burn out. You don't want to get angry. You don't want to. Also, for some of you, you know you don't trust your boss. Or for some of you, there's a new masculine. Or for some of you, there's a new job. And instead of rushing it, maybe it's also giving, like, silence is golden. Also, not letting the cat out of the bag, right? Capricorn loves that message. So we have the Emperor, Aries. This is the Sun, Leo, Aries and Scorpio. So a lot of fire. We have the moon in Cancer. And then we have the moon, the high priestess, a Virgo in. So a lot about your romantic life or coming into partnership. And your day-to-day life, your health. Okay, so for some of you, I don't know, I'm picking up things intuitively, like you are decreasing your, what is that, carnivore diet, so going to a more plant-based or natural plant-based type of healthy diet. I don't know. Not that carnivores aren't healthy, but what I'm getting is, like, there's a lot. You're a meat eater. Wow. Also, if you're a man eater, like, make you want more, that's part of the message. Like, don't devour them. Like, it's like, don't devour the meal. Don't forget there are a few more courses to follow. So you're at the big table. You're at the table that gets 5 to 10 to 12 to hey, sometimes we order 18 tapas dishes, right? Such is life sometimes. Anyway, there's a lot of grandeur, there's excess, but with that, you've surpassed the limit. Okay, so Saturn is confining, it's limiting, because it doesn't want you to fall into fear-based reactions. Okay, so just because something doesn't seem to be necessarily going your way, it doesn't mean it's not. I see that your fear can get in the way of what you know already, that it will work. And Virgo had this card, right? There's Saturnian Earth here, Capricorn, and then we have Queen of Discs, Capricorn. Okay, so maybe you have all of those, and you're arriving at the junction here, at the Aquarian junction. Perhaps this is definitely resonating with you, so please know that I also channel. I'm intuitive, claircognizant, clairsentient. I'm a lot of clairs, but my claircognizant knowing, very high priest and high priestess. That's the name of my game. I also get triggered by the card, so sometimes I'm not even investing much time in it. But the camel is here with high priestess. It means you will make it out of this, but you have to keep going. You have to arrive instead of suppose that you have already arrived just because you've worked hard on it. And I know that's tough to hear, right? It's like I've told this to everyone, and I think even other readers see this for a lot of creators and those coming out of like times of desperation where you've kind of like had tower moments. Not that you caused devastation, but they're coming out of devastation. Okay, Aquarius, what's good? We have ethereal visions for the rest of the Celtic cross, past, present, future, where you stand in your power now. Past, you've had to spend a lot of time declaring the right choices. So looking at how you make decisions, that's why the Emperor is here, yo. You're not rushing, you're knowing. You're psychic too, right? You feel things, you know things. I'm also like the high priestess and the high priests and the shamans and Mercury. They Quicksilver, they stay between the realms, right? Ready to go into one or the other. Okay, look, we got a lot here. Wow, Queen of Discs and then King of Pentacles. I promise that is not my alarm. I don't know why it's going off. I think there's a lot of testing. You know, I feel like Denver, Colorado is just testing. That they might be testing my head too. It's freaky up here. Okay, Three of Wands. Past. Envisioning, not rushing, waiting for ships to come in. Okay, we don't wait. I know you don't wait, but you're like, hello, where are they? It looks like you've manifested them. You're very attractive. Okay, you have you're now in this state of manifesting, so there's no reason for you to react to anything outside of the ordinary. You are extraordinary. Do you have a Leo or Sagittarius? Okay, definitely Aries, Pisces zone is affecting your self-worth, how you will culminate this new project. Whoa, new project. Four of Wands, Venus and Aries. Oh my gosh, we have Sun in Aries and Venus in Aries. So it's coming, okay? It'll, and then once again, you don't want to rush it, right? I can say I'm a tarot reader, I feel like, on YouTube with the alarm sounds. The Tower. I know I'm such a jerk sometimes. I love YouTube. Hello. Like, this is why I'm here, because I like watched a lot of my favorite psychics, and they've given me readings. Like, I've contacted some of these people directly. Shout out to High Priestess. Jessica, okay, yes, a lot of love. The Tower 16, sorry. Wow, this is where you stand in your power. You have made it through the devastation. Nothing can really stop you because you know you can quickly adjust. And now it's not about quickness. In your rest, in your meditation, in your, maybe even in your resentment, it's okay. I know you fear that this will knock you out. And did we say you don't want to burn out? Okay, that's the fear. So there is a tendency to go too fast. It's within your right to do that. But that's why we say, remember how big this is. Don't forget how big this is, and that you just have a little bit more to go. And then you will have the fruits of your labor. Wear a lot of purple, green, and blue, or maybe you do love those colors. And pink is a Aquarian color. Even just studies or looking at paintings or looking at artwork. I'm getting a lot of like masculine, a lot of Sagittarius, but a lot of, even some of you are ready for a deep bond. So some of you have left. And declared, no matter if you're masculine, you've declared that new beginning, and you're taking very little with you. It's like you're packing very little. It's maybe even that you are not standing for anything or anyone that is not. Obviously, why would anybody? But you're like catching it right away. You're like, no. So some of you kicking people to the curb, exiting and moving really, really fast. So slow the roll. We have Gemini and Aquarius with the Knight of Swords. Okay, Aquarius, we said you're going to have something to say. So does it have to be really harsh? Or someone has something harsh to say, or that's what you're dealing with, right? You're like, this is not going to stop me, this BS. Okay. Definitely take a lot of time to meditate with your angels. This is more resting, dreamland, dreaming. Dream. Okay. One of my favorites, a very Libran moon in Libra. We have moon in Cancer, moon in Libra. You know what you know. You know it and you feel it. You sense it. Okay. So it may be frustrating that it hasn't appeared, right? You have like the most auspicious card in the deck though, the Sun card. And then you also have the Emperor. So this is becoming real. You're actually working on it. So you will see the fruits of your labor, okay? Look, the World. Oh, and I picked up the Artist. Oh my gosh, here is Empress. Two of Cups. I know some of you are seeking. Here's that responsibility card though. You've maintained posterity even in your destitution, and you now understand why you went through that. So there is the wisdom. Now there's a need to apply it, to move out of the Empress, wanting to fight or wanting to, or impatience. I know, like when you're going through the tough battle, but see here, you're in that space where the World card says it is ending. You have the Devil in the World, which is both Saturn, both very Capricornian, but also the fixed signs. So you have the cardinal signs and then the fixed signs, which is building momentum, and then it'll take shape. It's almost like something out of nothing, right? We have the Five of Pentacles, or something out of your spiritual salvation, your spiritual sanctuary, okay? In that spiritual destitution, you've created a new portal, and now you're afraid, but you know that just because it doesn't look like the biggest party, like it's just the gateway. So maybe the Empress is expecting the biggest show. We're going to get there. It's giving me a lot of that. Like, there will be a big time to celebrate. But right now, it's like you have to get through the portal. So Strength says people will want what you have. People will want to buy your product, buy your attention. Perhaps you provide service, and so people will want your attention, right? We have the Sun. We have Strength. People will want what you have because it's not just like sexy. It's not just attractive. It's like healing. It's fun. That's cool. Sign me up. Yeah, healing. Knight of Cups, more Pisces, and that's you, Aquarius. Having healed from shadow aspects, fear. Your fear of being you, being spiritual, being kind, being forgiving, more so to yourself. It's been a tough passage, but now you cross through the threshold with the last bit of sustenance. Okay, that has taught you that it's Mercury and Taurus, Five of Pentacles, take care of the body so that your thinking isn't erratic, isn't quick fire. The Empress, Venus and Libra, Venus and Taurus. Wow. And understanding that Five of Pentacles zone, whether you were fired or left out or excommunicated or just you haven't felt like you belong, all of that is part of this transition, okay? For you to become the emperor, or regardless of your identity, gender, it's building your product and bringing it to market. Word of advice from King Solomon. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. This means you're ending the change and then the beginning. You are in the midst of that. That's the world card. Oi my. Okay, 5. 5 is that transition. We have 9, which we got this for Virgo, I swear, I think. I don't know. Capricorn. 9 is learning, studies, lesson learned. Okay, the advice is explain yourself clearly to others, convey your teachings in a manner that will be properly understood. Listen and learn your lesson. Come to conclusions based on experiences. Sign up for school or take a class to broaden your horizons. Implement what you have learned thus far. Perhaps you have come out of that. Whether it was spiritual school, right? It seems like you were in spiritual school and you're no longer following others. You're following yourself. Okay. Why the Empress? The Well. Creator mode. You're wondering if it's possible? Yes. Okay, the Well. Once again, you're like in between worlds. That doesn't mean you have to leave it all behind, because the Well's like you don't have to leave it all behind. Something already is starting off well. Wow, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, have faith, have hope. Queen of Discs, Queen of Pentacles. Because you are taking a leap of faith. All right, then. Oh, wow, the Hermit. Virgo, and yeah. It's coming to light. Okay, you will be asked to speak up, to teach. Okay, very shamanistic of you. That comes after strength, right? 9. So yeah, you will. Oh my God, victory. Making the right choice, the Lovers. There we have the day and night. And like we said, this is the toughest part, is getting through it before you self-sabotage, right? Sure, piece of cake, right? Okay, and then one final word from Radiant Wilds. So the Queen of Pentacles doesn't want to leave. You are growing your business. Your product is getting ready for launch, or it's already doing well. 7 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles. 6 of Swords. Okay. This is when you're in it for the long haul, after having lost, having left and lost and left behind. It wasn't you left, okay? So perhaps that 5 of Pentacles is like people are feeling left behind. Even you might feel like you're, again, left out, but you're leaving people out, because look, the 7 of Cups, you're determined to move away from confusion, from gaslighting, from illusion, even gaslighting yourself or allowing others to stir you and overwhelm you with baseless assumptions and just a lot of little to no sustenance, little to no substance. Okay, you're real. You want reality. You want a real the real path opens. You found reality. You're like, get me away from these unrealistic people with unrealistic expectations, or people that gaslight themselves into thinking that situations are for them. I reach the horizon by way of strategy, step by step structure, efficiency, and reliability. You will become the emperor, or you will, like the emperor, commit and create. Try using a habit tracker to monitor your progress, whether for healthy routines or a work project. This will help keep you focused and organized. Here we have the Taurus aspect. Wow, cool. Of the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, you are worth it. You are worth your health, and you are worth taking this on and building from this foundation. Okay, it is a great one that you are arriving at out of this condition. 7 of Cups. After loss, 6 of Swords, Mercury in Aquarius. A lot of Mercury here. Mercury Taurus, Mercury in Aquarius. Wow. My choices reflect clarity. Okay. Wow. Great. Good for you, Aquarius. I send you all the love, all the light. Don't forget to subscribe if you're still here. Leave me a comment, and happy solar eclipse revolution. Enjoy Aries season. Enjoy your April. Happy birthday if you are a sun in Aries. Once again, hit like if it resonates. Share it with others that you think may enjoy the Aquarian message, and leave me comments. Say what's up. Hit thumbs up just to support me and the channel's growth. And yeah, I'll be back very soon. Thank you, Aquarius. Glad y'all are vibing now.